Alright, welcome back to episode 39 of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel series, and we actually ended up... Oh, that was not the thing I meant to click on. This solo mode, we actually ended up with the last gate. We only have one gate left, and we actually spoiled quite a bit what happened if you click on it. But first of all, let's see. Ooh. Okay, so that actually happens, but yeah, we can read this as well. Gate details. Witness the epic story of the world heroes. Alright, then let's click on it. Oh, so apparently there is requirement to unlock. Unlock when chosen by the world legacy is cleared. Ooh, okay. So we have this gate details. Channel the world Chalice with link summons that utilize normal monsters to summon more powerful monsters and face off against the crawlers using the world armor, which has a powerful effect when flipped. The battle for world legacy begins. Alright, I actually, I was a little bit surprised because I think somewhere here with the Karakuri, I remember that we were introduced for the first time to actually synchro summons in an active matter where we had to play with synchro summons ourselves. There was, of course, in one of the tutorials or something, there dual strategy. I think there were some. I can actually show you. We had some battles. This takes a while, otherwise I would have clicked on all. Yeah, we have some practices here. This was the synchro summons. This was XYZ summons, pendulum summons, and then link summons. So in order of which they were released to the game. And yeah, so this was the Karakuri was actually the first one where we actually had to use the synchro summons. Then later we had to use the XYZ summons. And Dynamist actually started us off with the pendulum summons, and the same was here in the Colossal Mechanical Crunch. But then I figured there was only one link, saga basically, or gate, chapter, whatever you would like to call it. But apparently there's more. But the World Legacy, I really like this. This is sounds so good. I'm really curious what this is going to be, because if you remember the very first episode, the very first battle that we played, that was in the tutorial, that was actually with those were done with World Chalice monsters, because those are normal monsters, so those are relatively easy to understand for the first few battles. I don't want to be bombarded with a lot of amazing. And here I was thinking we were nearly done. Let me finish my sentence. You don't want to be bombarded in the start, basically, with a lot of different effects. So, wow, but this is so amazing. Okay, I see 2 scenarios, 4 scenarios. Let's go. We get some reward from this. Oh, that's actually one of the most famous World Chalice monsters, I think. Like, that's the pet as well. Chosen by the World Legacy. Let's go. The rulers of this star were not human. Ooh, amazing artwork, by the way, guys. That world was ruled by 7 mechanical life forms known as the Mech Knights. Ah, okay, I've actually looked into the deck as well. Once upon a time. And across the land, spread the vanguard, the crawlers. These crawlers tend to swarm and destroy all human-made structures in their path. They most likely lack any emotions. Helpless before those ruthless machines, mankind had no choice but to live in hiding. Ooh. Dense with thick trees, gloomy even in daytime. A hinterland known as the Forest of the Stars. Therein lays a hidden village, where humans live inconspicuously. The village was protected by a barrier that would prevent intruders from invading, or even discovering it. The ritual wand, some kind of staff. The ritual wand, passed down through many generations, made the barrier extremely resistant, and it had never broken, not once. But even so, the villagers were suffocated by their anxieties day after day, not knowing when the great threat would come knocking at their doorstep. From within the suffocating unease of the village, there were still those determined to fend off the crawlers. Auram and Ningirsu. Alright. There was a reason they fought so desperately. It was the village priestess. Awesome. And the younger sister of Ningirsu. Ip, I guess, is the name. From birth, the priestess possessed a divine power that synergized with their ritual wand to create barriers. Ip's power was the strongest in the village. The strongest the village had ever seen in its history, but it was meager compared to the frightening forces that grew stronger by the day. Ooh. Her companions saw how hard she was trying to put on a brave face for the villagers, and wished they could lighten her burden even by a little. Aram and Ningirsu along with the baby dragon Imduk, crossed the barrier in hopes of slaying even just one crawler. One day, Ip heard from inside the forest a faint sound, like that of a human voice. Aurum and Ningirsu could not hear it. However, Ip proclaimed that she keeps hearing the voice. Ooh. Afraid Ip would venture into the forest alone. Hey, nice. Aurum, Ningirsu, and the baby dragon Imduk, so this is Imduk, okay, set foot inside the hinterland. Hinterland, interesting. Alright, so that's the first scenario. And we get the World Chalice Guard Dragon. So this is called Imduk then, I think. Okay, so let's read this effect, because I think we will get into the World Chalice archetype with all of these, with this storyline. So, when a card or effect is activated that targets your linked monster, quick effect, you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard. Negate the activation. And if you do, destroy that card. Oh, very decent. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Then target one normal monster in your graveyard, special summon it in defense position. To your zone, a link monster points to. You can only use this effect once per turn, once per turn. Okay. So that's pretty good, by the way. When a card or effect is activated, targets a linked monster. You can send this card from your hand to the field. Negate the activation. That's really good. And if you do destroy that card, that's so this is a really good kind of hand trap almost. But like archetype related as well. So it's not a general hand trap at all. I really like it. Alright, so we have another scenario, surprisingly. Alright, let's see what happened. They went into the hinterland, and let's see what they had. They met there. The sun had already set, leaving only starlight to guide them. The scent of trees and soil hung in the cold air. Hey, Ip. Though her footing was unsure, Ip ventured into the forest as if she was being guided. Careful not to lose sight of her. The tree looked out for the crawlers as they followed her. So we have Aurum and Ningirsu and Imduk. Suddenly, with an abrupt shriek, Ip vanished before their eyes. Ooh. Rushing to the place where they'd lost sight of her, they saw Ip had fallen off a low cliff. It appeared Ip had been so spellbound in the direction of the voice that she hadn't noticed there was no ground before her. The three descended the cliff, and were relieved to find Ip uninjured. Before their eyes, a mysterious structure appeared. Structure, not creature, structure. Interesting. If it had been there before, they would have noticed it. But as if the structure had been there for 100 years, it was ensconced in trees and entwined in ivy. They nervously approached the building. Ooh, the wand Ip held in her hand glowed, and the building started to rumble as if in response. A mighty light radiated from the building, blowing aside the trees and cloaking everything in blinding light. Even with their eyelids closed, the light pierced merciless through. When they finally opened their eyes, a fairy fluttered in the air before them. Ooh, okay. The fairy spoke to the startled party. I am Lee, the World Chalice Fairy, a spirit that had been sealed inside the building that released the bright light known as the World Legacy World Chalice. In previous times, it was her duty to guide mankind, but was obstructed by the Mech Knight. For many years, she had been waiting for a world hero capable of activating the World Chalice, and that they are those world heroes. Please lend me your strength and gather the scattered starlight and save the world from the great darkness, she spoke. Though bewildered by Lee's stories, Aurum and the group, not Ip and the group? Aurum and the group, okay, he's the leader or something, were moved by her earnestness, and decided to lend a hand. I guess this guy's Aurum then? Aurum? This guy Ningirsu? Or the other way around, I don't know yet. Hearing their resolve, the fairy Lee smiled and bestowed upon them the powers of the awakened World Chalice. Alright, awesome. I really like the story. It's so awesome. It's amazing backstory. Lee, okay, we have a fairy. If this card's, basically this is the fairy that spoke to the group, Aurum and the group. Lee, the World Chalice Fairy. If this card's normal or special summoned, you can add one World Chalice monster from your deck to your hand, so it's an awesome search already. It has really nice defense stat as well, but just a bad attack set. But it also works if it's special summoned, and if you special summon, you can special summon to the defense. Alright, let's keep reading. If this card's in your graveyard, you can send one monster from your hand or field to the graveyard, add this card to your hand. Amazing, awesome monster. This is amazing, honestly. I really love it already. Practice. Alright, so learn the ins and outs of the World Chalice deck. Let's go. We're not going to check the deck, by the way, for these practice duels, because, again, you only get dealt a few cards, and you're just going to play with those. You're not going to even use the entire deck, so it makes no sense to, yeah, 2 cards only. Ooh, this looks really like the beginning battle, honestly. Alright, what makes a World Chalice deck unique? Yeah, so this is link climbing, I guess. They have amazing pictures to support what they are actually trying to explain here, by the way, so just want to give a big up for that. You can bring out a slew powerful link monsters by starting with summoning normal monsters and leading them to further link monsters. When World Chalice link monsters are sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon a World Chalice monster from your hand. This can allow you to perform even more link summons and recover quickly from your opponent's attacks. Keep World Chalice monsters ready in your hand for an even more effective strategy. Alright, so we have 2 monsters. Second, okay, so this is his battle with, this is his name? It doesn't. Is this Aurum or Ningirsu? His battle with the mech. Okay, I didn't bother reading this in the first episodes, I remember, but it was actually not that difficult. So, his battle with the Mextrosities never. Okay, hold up. Let me get that out of the way. Yes, thank you for drawing a card for us. That's okay. Link summon Aurum, the World Chalice Blade Master, and win on this turn. Okay. Summon chosen by the World Chalice, and then link summon Imduk, the World Chalice Dragon. Okay, we will do that. Summon chosen by the World Chalice. So this is Aurum. Alright, let's just read their things because I think it fits very well in the story. It's pretty cool. His battle with the Mextrosities never seems to end, even when their forest was invaded by Mextrosious insects. He stood his ground and inspired the other defenders around him. Nice. Inspired by the world hero legends he heard as a boy, this crusader adds a piece of to his armor from every Mextrosity he destroys. He has set out on a quest from Fairy Lee to recover the 7 world legacies and save their world. Awesome, so this is Aurum and this is Ningirsu, apparently, and this is Ipt, of course. With her magical staff, staff is basically a synonym for wand, I guess. With her magical staff, she can channel the living heart of her world to shield her people from the Mech Knights that have overrun it. Alright, so let's see what this deck is all about. We can normal summon this monster, then we can immediately go into link summons, apparently. Imduk, the World Chalice Dragon, I guess. World Chalice Dragon, yeah. This is basically 1 normal monster, except a token. Okay, that's decent. It would have been super nice if it just had 1 normal World Chalice monster. I really like that better. Like, why not lock your monsters to your archetype? This monster could be, I don't know how good it is, but if it has a really good effect, you cannot give it a good effect, because otherwise it could be abused in other decks, because 1 normal monster is really easy to get on the field with, for example, Unexpected Die, or, yeah, there are multiple cards to get normal monsters on the field, but, alright. During your main phase, you can normal summon 1 World Chalice monster in addition to your normal summon set. Okay, so that works only with the World Chalice monsters. I really like that. That's better already. But okay, you can only gain this effect once per turn. Sure. At the start of the damage step, if this card battles an opponent's monster, this card points to. So it has 1 arrow up. Yeah. You can destroy that opponent's monster, but so it has to point to that monster. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 World Chalice monster from your hand. Okay, pretty cool. So we place it on the field. Yeah, select it. And we get an additional normal summon. And even then, when it's sent from the field to the graveyard, we can actually special summon a World Chalice monster from our hand. Alright, welcome. This dragon's name was Imduk, or is it only summoned, crowned by the, then link summon Aurum, World Chalice Blade Master. Oh, I got it wrong. This is Aurum. Right? This is Aurum. Because this says, if this card sent from field to the graveyard, you special summon World Chalice monster from your hand. Yeah, so this is Aurum. My bad. This is Aurum. I'll try to remember. This is Aurum, and the other is Ningirsu. This is Ningirsu. It should state so on the card. I feel like it could at least be in the text, not even in the name, but sure. Alright, so we can get an additional normal summon. So, wait, what did they say? Summon crown, but crown, then link summon Aurum. Oh, yeah, sure. Oh, no. Oh man, I'm completely messing the name up. Summon crowned by the World Chalice, and then link summon Aurum, the World Chalice Blade Master. So now we will get Aurum out. Let's see. So that is him. So the blonde guy is still Aurum. Okay, I felt like this guy looked more like a ninja, so I don't know. Somehow it looked to me that way. So we actually had 2 though. I'm interested to read what this is. 2 monsters with different types and attributes. So completely generic. I don't know why that's the case, but This linked card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Yeah, awesome. Your opponent cannot target this linked card with card effects. If a monster this card points to will be destroyed by battle or card effect. So it's only left and right. Would it be destroyed by battle or would be destroyed by a card effect? Okay, so it's only a card effect. You can send this card to the graveyard instead. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon one monster from your hand. World Chalice monster from your hand. Okay, but we are going to special summon this card. 2 World Chalice monsters. Gains 300 attack for each World Legacy monster in your graveyard. With a different name. What? World Legacy? That's something else. World Chalice? It's World Chalice? Everything is World Chalice. This is also World Chalice. Okay, so this doesn't gain 300 attack at all. In your graveyard with a different name. You can tribute 1 World Chalice monster this card points to. Left and right, yeah. Then target 1 other monster in your graveyard. Special summon it to your zone this card points to. Okay, very interesting. It's all about special summoning back the monsters. You can only use this effect of Aurum, the World Chalice Blade Master, once per turn. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 World Chalice monster from your hand again. Wow. So yeah, we have to send both. Let's bring him out right here. Give the other side of the field some love as well, the left and the right side. Alright, so it doesn't get 300 attack, because there's no World Legacy monster. You sent Imduk, the World Chalice Dragon, to the graveyard, so use this effect to special summon a World Chalice monster from your hand. Yep. Okay. Yes, obviously. We're gonna activate that. We're gonna special summon this monster in attack position. And we have already enough attack, yeah. But we could, I'm just checking for follow-up plays that we could do. You can tribute 1 World Chalice monster this card points to, so we could tribute this, then target one other monster in your graveyard, special summon it to your zone this card points to. So it's just a switch, I guess, for another monster. I'm curious if there are World Chalice effect monsters, actually. Yeah, so that's not really useful, honestly. It would just tribute this monster and then just put a monster here, but from the graveyard. But it could be useful, I guess. Perhaps sometime. Alright. So, that was actually a pretty good introduction. And by the way, it didn't require at all to have different World Chalice monsters, so we could have very well just had 3 of the same monster in our hand and we would still be able to do this. So, alright, so let's go into our first duel actually. So we have a lot more of these, by the way, and then there are also multiple gates. So there's a gate here and there's a gate here. Ooh, this looks really good. And there's even one more of perhaps even as big as this, as elaborated as this, but maybe not. Alright, let's read. When the face of Crawler monster leaves the field, by the opponent's effect, 2 new Crawler monsters will be summoned. When dealing with any effects, aim for the state of the face down defense position. And when the monster is face up, let's surely destroy it in battle. Okay. We will actually get the World Chalice Priestess from this. Alright, let's see what we can obtain here. Ooh, we do get some staples. These are some strong staples actually. Oh, this is of course an effect monster. I completely forgot. So basically, when a card or effect is activated that targets your Link monster, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard to get the activation. Then we have Lee, the World Chalice Fairy. This is the fairy, right? Yeah, okay. When this card is normal or special summoned, you can add 1 World Chalice monster from your deck to your hand. If this card is in your graveyard, you can send 1 monster from your hand or field to the graveyard, add this card to your hand. But I think we need... Okay, we have to familiarize ourselves with all the Link monsters. Because like this deck really revolves a lot about the Link monsters. So this really requires 1 normal monster. We summoned this before, and this is really useful to actually go into. This is a Link climbing monster basically, because during your main phase you get an additional normal summon, and like the battle thing, it doesn't really matter unless there's a monster in one of these zones, one of these 2 zones. But let's go. Let's read it. And of course, if this card is into the graveyard, you can special summon 1 World Chalice monster from it. It doesn't have to be a normal monster. So this is good for Link climbing. Then we have, we already had this monster before as well. This basically switches these monsters around if you want from the graveyard. Yes, it's that. Okay, we have 3 times each Link monster, I think, so far. Then we have World Chalice Priestess. That's actually the reward that we will get if you complete this this duel. 2 monsters with different types and attributes. This Link card cannot be destroyed by battle card. Ah, we read this already. If a monster would be destroyed by battle card effect, we send this card to the graveyard instead. Yeah, so it's 2 monsters with different types and attributes. It's very generic. It's this card. Then we also have No, we only have 12 monsters. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 times 3. Okay. This is 2 plus link monsters. Okay, this is starting to get interesting. And it's link rating 3. I have to get familiar with that a little bit. I guess it's all about link rating. So I think what I think it is, if you have a link rating 2 monster and a link rating 1 monster, then you have link rating 3. And it has to be 2 plus monsters. So this basically means that you cannot have a link 3 monster here and then go into this monster, because even though it is enough materials for its link requirement, it's not enough materials for this basically. So that's what I think it is. Yeah, okay, let's go. If this card's link summon, draw cards equal to the number of World Chalice monsters this card points to. So, and it has 1, 2, 3. So it points left and right. And if you have it here or here, it will point always. One will point like into nothingness to the left or the right, like outside of the field. So, and it points upwards. So basically, your opponent has to have a monster. All right, so that's not incredibly useful, but you can use this effect. Of Ningirsu. Oh, he is Ningirsu. Yeah, he is. Awesome. They show up on multiple cards. Once per turn. Once per turn you can send 1 card from each player's field to the graveyard. Wow. Okay. If this card... Oh, that's basically it. You can send 1 card from each player's field to the graveyard. Oh, interesting. Because if this card is sent from a field to the graveyard, you can special summon a World Chalice monster from your hand. Okay, so you have to have it in the hand every time. Alright, so I think it is, even though it has 100 attack, I think it is logical to just normal summon this card and see what card we can get, because perhaps we have a card in the deck that can special summon itself from the hand. That's what I'm hoping for. And then we can get go into multiple of these link monsters. But yeah, let's see. Obviously, we're going to activate the effect. Alright, so we add a normal monster, and... Ooh, okay, fine. This is a different monster. If a monster is special summoned from the extra deck, except during the... You can attribute... Wait. This is a level 5 monster too, by the way. If a monster is special summoned from the extra deck, except during the damage step, you can attribute this card. Send monsters from your hand to the graveyard. You can attribute this card. Send that monster to the graveyard. You can only use this effect. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. Okay, so basically you want to use this effect for your opponent's extra deck, but he doesn't even have an extra deck, so that's not gonna work. If the space of normal summoned set card leaves the field, you can special summon 2 World Chalice monsters from your deck. Oh, so you want to normal summon it. But it's 0 attack and defense as well. During your main phase, except the turn this card. Oh, it leaves the field though, so you could use it for a link summon after you've normal summoned it. Pardon me. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to your graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, add 1 World Legacy card from your deck to your hand. Really good. Okay, so this card's actually really good. Unfortunately though, we do not get any special summons, so this is a good lesson already. We can get any of the others out though, like it doesn't matter. The stars don't matter for link summons if I'm correct, so it really doesn't matter. This just has high defense, sure, really high defense by the way. And this has good attack. Like this monster, I'm sorry, your name was Aurum. You're just mediocre, inferior to Ningirsu. Man, difficult names to remember, I guess. Yeah, we'll just put this card face down and go to the end phase. Let's see what our opponent has for us. Hopefully he's also playing with a World Chalice deck. Okay, Upstart Goblin, random card with good card. Oh, he has some other deck. Forest. All insect, beast, plant, and beast warrior monsters on the field gain 200 attack and defense. He has a... Oh, that's a plant monster. I know this card. While you control an insect monster, other than this card, if an insect monster you control attacks defense potential monster, inflict piercing battle damage. Yeah, we'll just in the battle phase use this card. Send it back to its hand. Oh, by the way, I didn't read it. I assumed sometimes that these cards are, if they are really famous or really often used, then I assume that the effect is known. But target one monster on the field, return the target to the hand. So, and we also have Raigeki, by the way. Yeah, we're actually gonna target this. I'll also read Raigeki. It's destroy all monsters your opponent controls, but it's a normal spell, so we cannot use it in your opponent's turn. And that would also be really good. Like this card is really good already. All right, we have banish 1 World Legacy monster from your hand or face up from your field. Okay. Then target 2 monsters in your graveyard special summon it, but they cannot attack this turn. So, okay, that's interesting, but we have to banish it, so interesting. Yeah, we can just normal summon this. This is a good card to have in your hand, but I don't think you want 2 necessarily, but I guess let's just do this. I think this is the play to just find out. We're just gonna learn through experimenting, honestly. We'll just bring this card out, like we did in the practice duel. So we bring it here. We get an additional normal summon. I guess we can normal summon this monster, why not? Right. We aim to link it away anyway. Alright, so now we get an additional normal summon. Let's summon this. Yes, sure. Then we can also link summon. Link summon into this. Cannot be destroyed by battle if a monster. Yes. You can send this card to the graveyard. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 World Chalice monster from your hand. Okay, that's not something really useful. You contribute 1 World Chalice monster. This card points to then target one other monster in your graveyard. Special summon it and special summon it to your zone. This card points, so you can only use effect monster turn. This card sent from field to the graveyard. Special summon World Chalice monster from your hand, and this has the same thing. So special summon from your hand. Okay, yeah, it doesn't really matter then. I guess let's bring this monster out. Right, then we have Link 2. This is basically the definition, I guess, of Link climbing. Oh, it has an effect here. Wait, hold up. Oh, this effect, of course. This has also, if it's sent to the graveyard, you can special summon from your hand. Almost forgot. So basically, yeah, then we get all our monsters on the field as long as we have them on in the hand. That's what I feel like. Effect. You can send 1 monster from your hand or field to the graveyard. Add this card to your hand. Pretty decent, honestly. But we have to send a monster. So I think we can just go into the Link 3 guy, right? We can't. So, oh, Link monsters. Ah, I see. Okay, so perhaps we can do some other Link summons. Can it be destroyed by battle or card effects? Yes. A different name, you contribute 1 monster. For each World Legacy monster in your graveyard with a different name. Okay, I guess, right? So send these. Oh, wait, we have to send this monster as well? Why can we not send this monster? It just said to link 2 World Chalice monsters. It's not with different names or anything. Why can we not send these 2? Am I missing something? Maybe there's some ruling about Link monsters. I should perhaps read up on this. Like, I feel if it's something like that, they would have explained it. So far, they've done a great job at that, but maybe I'm missing something. So 2 World Chalice monsters gains 300 attack per. Yeah, that's sure, but it's only 2. Okay, and Link 2. Can I use this monster? And no, and then I can't use this monster anymore. Because what I want to do is use these 2, put it here, I guess, or wherever I have to put it. Then I have 2 Link monsters and can get the big guy out. But okay, I don't know. Let's just, again, experiment a little bit. Let's just get this guy out as well. We'll use, guess this one. This monster. Yeah, sure. Let's put you here. There's no applicable card for the effect. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have anything in the hand. We can do this, because we can send this card to the graveyard, special summon another. It's just to see how it works, basically. Special summon this monster. Ooh, now it's a normal monster. Ooh, that's actually what we needed. Face up attack. Then we can link again. Ooh, so then we get it. Okay, so it's basically, it's kind of a puzzle, I feel. It's pretty cool. Yeah, we place this. Oh, we have to place it to a point where one of them points to. Ah, that's why we couldn't choose the Link monster just now, because it pointed to left and right. And not downwards. So we couldn't, there wasn't a place for our Link monster to be, basically. Ah, so now this monster can actually point to there. And now the other monster doesn't have to. Oh, we can special summon all of them. Yeah, 2 monsters with different attributes, 2 World Chalice monsters, and this 2 Link monsters. Now this can point to left or right. Equal to, if this card to Link summon, draw number. Can only use each effect once per turn. Can only. Yeah, so this is pretty good, but we'd like to summon it later because, yeah, right now we don't have any cards that it will point to. It will be the only monster on our field. Banish one will from your hand to face of the field. Then target 2 monsters. Why from hand? Why not the graveyard though? Then target 2 monsters in your graveyard, special summon them. But they cannot attack this turn. Like, that's pretty harsh. But regardless, let's go to the battle phase. Let's do some attacking. I don't understand this effect, by the way. Gains 300 attack for each World Legacy monster in your graveyard. I don't even know the World Legacy archetype, but I don't see how it would fit in here. It sounds very similar, so it could fit in here very well, but... So, yeah, our opponent's gonna come at us with the Insect Monster again. He's gonna destroy this monster. It will be in a graveyard though, so we can actually bring it back with this guy's effect. Yep. As expected. Oh, there's no applicable card. Yes, man, that will happen so often, I feel. Because we can't have these cards in our hand all the time, right? Unexpected die. That only works if we don't have monsters. That's such a pity. I guess Raigeki, otherwise we'll just kill our own monster. Oh, banish one World Legacy monster. Oh, this is a World Legacy die. That's why we cannot activate it. Is this the highest monster World Legacy? No, World Chalice as well. I'm really curious what we have in the deck. I should have looked. Battle. Attack. Alright, he has 3200 life points. Yeah, we have to wait till we draw more cards. So we can send a card to the graveyard to add this card to our hand. Yes. Yes. I almost forgot. Oh, this also has a graveyard effect. You can banish this card from your graveyard and target one normal monster in your graveyard, special summon it in defense position. Ooh. How did I forget this? Obviously, we're gonna bring out this monster. We can activate that effect, but it's not really useful. We're just gonna link summon it for this monster. Is that really useful though? I don't feel like how do we get more monsters on the field? I know that we can get more monsters on the field by just adding this monster back to our hand. That is actually the play. So okay, I think we have to send from not from our hand to the graveyard. I guess this monster we can send it away. So now we have a monster in our hand at least, and we can normal summon it. And we're gonna activate the effect. And that's how we get more monsters on the field. Okay, select. Then we use this guy's effect, Tribute, for the normal monster. Or is this also the case? During your main phase, yeah, no, this is also the case, so we can just bring out this monster. No, we don't have to chain that. Wait, what? We could activate it? Which monster is a World Legacy monster now? Banish one World Legacy monster from your hand. Oh, this is a World Legacy monster. I see. Okay, so we can actually summon this by tributing a monster. That will be this monster. And now if this card is there's no applicable card for Imduk. Yeah, okay, that's cool. Okay, so basically this monster is a monster special summon from the extra deck. You can tribute this card, send that monsters to the graveyard. Now use if this phase of normal summon set card leaves a field, you can special summon 2 World Chalice monsters from your deck. So yeah, we can also use we can always use this card's effect basically. So that will bring out a lot of monsters on our field and face. But I just don't feel that these cards have that great of an effect, like the link cards. But it feels really like a puzzle to me, and if anything. Okay. Yeah, so the thing, we will activate the next turn, but the thing I was thinking of is still possible. Ooh, okay, there's a spell card we haven't seen before. You can tribute 1 World Chalice monster this card points to, but this is not a World Chalice monster. World Legacy? Oh, World Legacy World Chalice. It is both. Okay. Target 2 World Chalice monster in your graveyard with different names, add them to your hand. If you're linked link monster would be destroyed by battle, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. Ah, okay. Pretty cool. Yeah, I still think that we don't have any other World Legacy targets, and this card doesn't have any business being in a graveyard anyway. Banish this card from your add 1 World Legacy. Oh yeah, it does have business being in a graveyard. But this actually brings 2 monsters back. So let's just try to play around with this deck and see what we can do. So let's banish this card face up. We special summon 2 from our graveyard. I guess this link monster and also this. Total damage after this card battles an opponent's monster. Going to destroy that opponent's monster. Yeah, sure. Oh, I didn't want to. Oh man, I should have read. Activate the effect of world. Yes, if this card is sent to the graveyard, we can special summon 2 monsters from our deck. So that's amazing. Okay, so we really have to pay attention to where we can summon. So let's summon 2 normal monsters. Or, yeah, we can also special summon this monster. And Ip, I guess. Why not? Welcome, Ip. And face of defense. And this will be in face of attack. No, also in face of defense, but it's not gonna matter. Activate the event, yeah, because we can add a monster to our hand. So that's a really important monster actually, the Lee monster. So we'll add Ningirsu to our hand again. Then we can actually go into the link tree, right? Oh, 2 link monsters. This basically takes 2 link monsters, and it points up. So yeah, that's really weird. Is our card even that points down? Oh, this points up. Oh, we can see it here. That's really useful. There's no card that points down. So we can only make use of the 2 left and right arrow anyway. So yeah, I guess let's use it. We can also just summon this card as well. Yeah, let's do that. Because we have an additional normal summon. You can add 2 World Chalice monsters in your graveyard with different names added to your hand. That's also pretty good. Alright, so let's try this. We can get the link tree out. We use this monster. Yes, and oh, can I go back? Yes, nice, thanks. Because I want to add these monsters first, because these actually special summon monsters from the hand. So, let's do that. Add 2 monsters, let's add this monster and this one as well. I think both. Yeah, if we add this to the hand, it will go to the extra deck, so that's not useful. This actually has an effect in the graveyard, right? So, you can banish this card from a graveyard and target one normal monster in your graveyard, special summon in the defense position to zone your link monster points. So you have to have a link monster though, but still it's pretty good. So yeah, this card and also this card. So we have 2 monsters in the hand. That's completely fine. Then we can do what we were planning to do, the link 3 monster. Send to the graveyard, send to the graveyard. Treat it as 2 materials. Oh yeah, that's because she has link 2. She can be treated as 2 materials, I see. Yeah, we will bring it out here, I guess. Then we can draw 2 cards. And also, because the monsters were sent to the graveyard, we can actually special summon cards from our hand. Priestess, okay, yeah, Priestess has... Basically, I feel like they all have the same kind of effect. If cards sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon World Chalice monster from your hand, obviously. Use each effect once per turn. We already used that turn. Imduk has you special summon World Chalice monster from your hand. Yeah, but we only have 1 spot, so I'm curious what's gonna happen. Oh, it's a chain. So basically, we use this effect first. Resolve. Imduk first. We special summon this monster in face of attack position. Then this cannot happen anymore. Yeah. Then we use this. Draw 2 cards. Okay. Fine. Sure. Okay, I'm trying to understand it a little bit at least. I hope you guys are with me as well. As card link some draw cards equal to the number of World Chalice monsters to your card points. So that's what just happened. You can only use this effect once per turn. Once per turn, you can send 1 card from each player's field to the graveyards. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 World Chalice monster from your hand. So basically, they all have that, I feel. This monster as well, right? If this card sent from, yes, special summon World Chalice monster from your hand. Okay, so we can actually use this effect. We can. Yeah, I guess why not. We'll just send this to the graveyard. Or, no, send this. Send his monster to the graveyard. Face down, that's really good. It's a crawler monster. Flip. No way. Okay, we're gonna find out against these crawlers if they have flip monsters effects. Because I think they all have flip monster effect, if I remember correctly. If we attack them and they flip face up, if this effect activates. Because we found out that it actually works if the card says, if this card flip face up and then an effect follows, then it indeed activates if you attack it. But I'm also curious if that works here. Flip, by the way, let's read it. Flip, you can target 1 monster on the field, destroy that monster. If this face-up card in its owner's control leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, you can special summon 2 crawler monsters with different names from your attacking face and defense position. Okay, so this is really cool. So that's actually what would happen. I feel what I would guess is that the first effect wouldn't happen, but let's find that out later. And then you can if it leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect. Oh, not because of battle, by the way. just because of an opponent's card effect. But the monster was face down, so it was sent face down to the graveyard, so it didn't ever play face up. And face down monsters don't have effects, so basically this effect didn't work. Invest on defense position, yeah, okay, nice. Pretty good card though, really high defense for a level 2 monster, same as our IP. Yeah, we can destroy this card, but it doesn't really do anything for us. Well, we haven't used our normal summon yet. I didn't keep track of that with all these summons, but yeah, but it's not really useful. We also used this first effect already, so, and we can only use each effect of this monster once per turn, hard once per turn. So let's go to the battle phase, let's say. Oh, we actually, oh, I was thinking way too hard. We of course already won. Alright, that's the World Chalice deck. We have some experience with it now. We know how to play with it at least. Ooh, we're closing in on that new level. Loner deck, my deck. Alright, so let's see the rewards. Oh, Ib. We get Ib. Okay, so this is one of the mediocre cards in my book, but you need all the link cards in my opinion, because you want to link climb, of course. This link card can be destroyed by battle or card effects. Your opponent cannot target this linked card with card effects, so it has to be linked. If a monster this card points to would be destroyed by a card effect, you can send this card to the graveyard instead. If this card sent from the... Yes, okay, decent. Okay. So it protects, basically, our opponents. I'm not sure if we should do this first, or if we should do the scenario first, by the way. Alright, but let's do this with our own deck as well, and see how far we can actually get. Because we will be facing the crawlers, and we didn't see any of the cards yet. The opponent hasn't been able to show his deck much, because of the way we have been playing, so. Oh, we start actually. Let's start with trading then. And go as our alternative dragon to the graveyard. Unfortunately, but that's the way it had to be. Yeah, alright, let's do it like this. Dragon Shrine, we send to the graveyard. Go as our dragon. We send to the graveyard another monster. Yes, this stone. And we also just end the turn, I guess. We will see what we can do with the trade-in, but that will be for later. End. Yep, and we will special summon Go as Abyss. And face up attack. Add the ritual spell to our hand. And we can add, I guess, any level 8 monster. We already have the ritual monster, so we can add a target for a trade-in. And that target could be this monster. Yeah, sure. Let's do it. It could also be, by the way, the other Abyss, because it's very unlikely that you would solve Abyss twice. Okay, so face our monsters. It will, if we attack it, it's gonna special summon 2 more monsters. I can guess it already, but alright, Bingo Machine, go. What's the play here? I think we use trade-in first, because then we can see what cards we draw, and we can use the search later. Basically, the draw is still very random. The search is more specific. So let's send this to the graveyard. Okay, nice. That's pretty decent. We special summon this card. By showing Go as our dragon in the hand in face of attack. That is completely fine. We don't activate this effect yet. We use Return of the Dragon Lords to bring back our Dragon Spirit of White. This is amazing. In attack position, banishes face down spell trap. Obviously. Banish. Nope, we don't chain. Ooh, that is increases defense. Awesome. We use this effect to send it to the graveyard, because if you send it with effect to the graveyard face down, then it basically won't get its effect off, similar to how it was with the other thing, the other effect. The last time, but let's see what it is still. A crawler, okay, also decent defense. But you can special summon 1 crawler monster from your hand or graveyard in face of attack position or face down defense position, except itself. If this face of card and its owner's control leaves the field because of an... You can see like this is in any way normally. It's just the thing that they are face down, so they don't have an effect. But if they are face up, or flip face up, it's really difficult to get rid of this card without this effect actually triggering. I don't think it's possible. If this card face up, if this face up card in its owner's control leaves the field, yeah, no, that will always activate, because you have a few types of removal. By the way, let me stop for a second here and let's talk about that, because you can remove by destruction. You can basically have the way that we just did destruction. Destruction is either by card effect or by battle, so it can be removed by destruction, can be removed by banishing it, either face up or face down. It can be removed by returning it back to the hand. It can be removed by shuffling it back into the deck. And I think those are all. Yeah, and sending to the graveyard, by the way. That's also a thing. So sending to the graveyard, sending your opponent's card to the graveyard. And I think those five, those five are the only types of removal that is out there, and all of those five fall under this criteria. If this face-up card and its owner control leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect. So yeah, it's all it's basically you only want to kill it by battle, and that's the only thing you can touch this. Otherwise, by card effect, you cannot touch this. But okay. If that happens, you can special summon two Corella monsters with different names from your deck and face on defense position. So it's really a deck that focuses on defending and spawning a lot of more creatures on the field. But yeah, right now he has nothing on his field, and this is already 8,000 attack, and we didn't even ritual summon yet. But yeah, for the sake that he has perhaps something in his hand, let's just ritual summon. Set the graveyard Blue Eyes White Dragon, and we will get this in face of attack position. Ritual summon Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon. Alright, this is not a once per turn thing, so we can actually revive another dragon. Blue Eyes White Dragon, why not? Let's bring it to the field. Alright. Well, I'm really curious what you have, Mr. Crawler Impatient. Okay, he might not have anything. Well, let's finish it up with our Blue Eyes Chaos Max then. A flash! Awesome. Crawler Invasion, that's it for you. That's the end of the road. Okay, that's fine. Level up, nice. Back. Complete, and let's see what we get. We get... oh, Imduk. Nice, so it seems like we're getting a lot of these World Chalice monsters already, or at least the ones that we were introduced to. I'm not sure if there are others which are really strong as well. But, alright, so guys, we actually made it through the first... it's not even half this time. It seems like 1/4. So the first quarter, basically, of this... there's another practice here. What? That late into this chapter? This gate. But okay, yeah, so we basically made it to the first quarter of this this new gate. Exciting, really exciting, because we have like a lot of new content. I'm really looking forward to it. I really hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope to see you in the next episode for the continuation of this gate. Peace out.